Hi everyone, it's Lonnie. Welcome back to Grace Blossoms for You. And if you think I'm going to do some embroidery, well, you might be right. I'm going to try and do some embroidery. So I have something specific in mind that I want to do, and it is related to trim. Let me get my example for you. I bought this trim a long time ago, and I know it was done on a machine because I honestly don't know how you could do this with human hands, but I was trying to replicate this, and I mean, not too seriously. I haven't tried doing exactly this, but I wanted to do something like that. Instead of buying it, I wanted to make my own so that I would have these little things to put in my junk journal pages, maybe in pockets. So I found a couple of tidbits online, but nothing really other than just draw your own design and then learn some stitches. And then I did see somebody cutting out the design that they had made, but they were using wire, and my intention is not to use wire. So this is what I have so far. So basically I drew this leaf motif on this material. I think it's organza. It's shimmery and it's very strong, and so I am using it. Problem is I don't have a lot of it, so I don't know what I'm going to use after this. If you know what's good to use for this specific thing, please let me know in the comments. Anyway, so I drew this motif, and now I'm going to do this. I'm going to fast forward this and maybe just skip to the end eventually, but I want to just show you what I'm up to these days. I'm using two shades of green, just to add a little bit of interest. Okay, so I started out with the couching stitch along the stem here, and that gave it a bit more texture. Then for the leaf here, I started with the lazy daisy stitch, and then I outlined it with the back stitch. So I'm going to go to the next one now, and again I will fast forward. Okay, so I'm still learning and finding out things about how thick and how thin and what stitch to use. I think I would have been better off for this one if I had just drawn the stem and then used the Lazy Daisy stitch just to do the leaves up instead of trying to fill a space for the leaves. But anyways, that's kind of where I'm at right now, and I haven't done this for a whole, I basically started this on the weekend, so I appreciate your kind words of encouragement. I'm going to put this aside. Okay, so I finished that one, and it's a little bulky for my liking. I'll still use it though. And I tried something just off the cuff, and not really loving this one either, but I'll use both of them. And the reason I think they'll be okay is because once you trim them, and put them on top of something else, they look a lot better than they just do sitting there in the hoop. So how I trim them is I usually just do a rough with the scissors, and then I bring in these little beauty scissors. I think they're cuticle trimmers. Anyways, I take my time and I go really slow, and then I try to get as close as I can without cutting any stitches. And I also glued the strands in the back that I didn't get sewed in very well. I glued them with fabric tack, so then they won't come undone. And two, I was thinking of sewing these to, or gluing these to lace or paper, whatever I'm using at the time. That way the back won't come undone. This is kind of the hardest part of the whole thing, because you don't want a lot of that, well, I don't want a lot of that shiny stuff showing, but also recognizing that I won't be able to get it all. I guess this is where the wire would come in handy. That way you could contain the threads better, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. These are brand new tweezers or scissors, and they're not really loving this task here, so. Okay, I think I could have done almost as good a job with my other scissors. So I'm just gonna, this is very much like fussy cutting. So I hope you're all doing well today and enjoying your day. Our schedule around our house is changing again with my husband's new schedule. They're at his work, they're trying not to lay people off too, well, they have already laid a bunch of people off, but they're trying not to lay any more off. So they're doing this work share thing, which means everybody works decreased hours. So anyways, I'm going to be having a little less time to film videos, so if I disappear here and there, that'll be why. Alright, so I can still see some of that background. Anyways, something like that. And then if you get some lace, and you have to kind of play with the widths of the laces, because they're going to look different on your different various backgrounds. So put this over here so you can maybe get a better look at that. I think that would be really cute on the cover maybe, or even just as an embellishment. Could be used on a cluster or pocket. Originally I wanted to make like a vine and then going all the way up the lace. I could still do that, but this does take a little more time than I want to do in a video. So also I crochet these tiny little doilies, and some of these look really cute on there, like that one. I think that looks adorable. So anyways, something new, something else to play with, something to work on, some skills to develop. So I've laid these out on a piece of lace, cotton lace from the dollar store. And so here you can see these ones I have trimmed out. I'll just put them on here for now so maybe you can see them better. This one I was just practicing one called the, I think it was the ring stitch, ring knot, yeah, ring knot. And so I've done these so far. This one I drew, this one I drew, this one I just kind of went in a spiral and then attached some leaves. Now this one has some added shininess because I was trying a different background. But these are on the organza, and those I did trim out as closely as I could. I can still see some shiny bits, but eventually what I want to do is use them in clusters and maybe just decorate some lace, little bits here and there. I think they have a lot of potential, and I'm sure somebody out there is already doing this. I just haven't come across who might be doing it a lot, or if they have videos. I looked on Pinterest, I've looked on YouTube. If you know somebody that does this better, I don't have a machine that does embroidery just yet, and so I want to do some of it by hand. And while it does take a while to do, I think the results would be worth it, even if it would just be like for the cover, just to know how to do something like this and then use it in my journals. I think that would be fabulous. At this time, I don't have any ambitions to do like a huge picture, just little things like fillers and focal points and things like that. So if you know where I can get more information, that would be great if you could link that. Otherwise, I hope maybe that gave you some ideas and made you want to learn something new. I had not done really much needlepoint up until I decided I wanted to learn this. And so, yeah, you're never too old to learn something. So hope you enjoyed that, and be blessed. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.